Konnichiwa. Good afternoon, y'all. Okay, what I did. All right. Anybody heard about name of the island called Okinawa? You have? Karate Kid. Okay, that's it. I don't have to go any further than that. It's about 3.5 hours from Tokyo to the southern part of Okinawa, close to Taiwan. Okay, my first English alphabet was B. A, B, C, B. Not that B. B as in B29. I was 3.5 years old when I first heard that. And then all the World War II related terminologies, such as bombing, tanks, all this, I don't want to even remember that. My first name is Teiko, like a Seiko watch, as a T, as in Tom. And when a taxi driver in Okinawa in August, I just visited there, he said he used to own the tourism company, but he had to close it down after the World Trade Center was attacked, because there was no business after that. So he was driving, that's what he was talking about. So all the way from Pacific Ocean to the other side, the World Trade, the big horrible news was affected, even taxi driver on the island. I'm concerned for the welfare of Okinawa and its people. My citizenship is American, but my cultural identity stems from my homeland, Okinawa. We have a unique culture, language, and pride, but both Japanese and the American governments keep ignoring and suppressing Okinawa. My name is Teiko Tursi. Tursi is Italian, but Teiko is my first name. Yonaha is my maiden name. I'm from Nago City, Okinawa. I moved to USA 1964. Since then, I have learned about American values, the right to be safe, strong, and free. Believe it or not, I've learned this in this country, especially in this state, against the wishes of 72% of Okinawan voters in a February referendum. The Japanese government is moving forward with the construction of a new military base in Henoko Bay. The government is ignoring and suppressing Okinawans' democratic will using the typical justification of NIMBY, not in my backyard. Typical. We have a right to protect our dignity, lands, oceans, skies, descendants, and the spirit of our ancestors. We need to share our Ryukyuan history. We must share our culture, peace, and justice with the future generations. Japan's population has a ratio of almost 90 Japanese to 1 Okinawan, and Japan's land mass is over 243 times larger than Okinawa's. Okinawa's smaller than Rhode Island, 70% of that Rhode Island, whereas Japan is close to the size of California. Now you picture that. Yet, over 70% of the US bases in Japan are in Okinawa. Thank you. This is unjustifiable. Most Japanese citizens don't know about this situation. Some of them don't care or are indifferent. Denmark is the most dangerous base in the world. construction in Henoko Bay. Henoko Bay, that's... Okay. You see the orange sections? That's where... This is Okinawa, 70% of Rhode Island. But the orange part is the U.S. bases, Marines, Armies, all four branches. And the dense military presence in Okinawa causes many collateral problems. Believe me, we have that's problems there. This is a serious and disturbing problem, and it's not only a Japanese domestic issue, the U.S. also contributes. So Okinawans confront two colonizers. Thank you for understanding this, but my English is good enough for you? Okay. Thank you. The Battle of Okinawa ended in June 1945. I was 4. Instead of surrendering, my father took his own life, just like his commander who was in charge of Okinawa, his name Mitsuru Ushijima. Whereas my mother with her children hid in mountain caves to avoid B-29 bombings and the soldiers from both the U.S. and the Japanese. Okinawan didn't ask for war. My mother chose Nuchidu Takara. Life is a treasure. Right, which means life is a treasure, yes. She did not believe in committing suicide for honor, as many people did. Up to a third of Okinawans died in the battle. I heard that it's more than put Hiroshima and Nagasaki put together. My father gave my mother a hand grenade, which she kept in her handbag. Always hungry, I thought that it was a sweet potato. My mother was strong and self-reliant because of her determination. Her descendants now over 60. The hand grenade, that's how people did it. Put them in the middle and they'll cover over one hand grenade and just blow up. That's what still to this day, all these bones and everything remains found in the caves right under the big tree roots. That's what Okinawan war was. You're all talking about future war. I'm talking about the Battle of Okinawa. I know what I'm talking about. I couldn't see the fireworks for a while because I thought that was B-29. But I was able to go to school, so I didn't get into the PTSD. Okinawa was a war prize given to America by Japan. How convenient for Japan to exploit Okinawa for the defense of the mainland. This is a racial and ethnic discrimination. In 1879, Japan annexed the Ryukyu Islands. Soon, the traditional Ryukyuan culture, such as karate, sanshin, dance, native languages, etc., were suppressed. If we spoke our regional native tongues, we were punished by having a big wooden tag called Hogen Fuda hang around the neck, which means, dialect. So we had to speak Japanese. I have experienced this humiliation, and I remember very well that no one advocated for us children. Later, I learned that these manipulations were for brainwashing the islanders. This is called learned helplessness. Some don't even know what went on, what's going on, still to this day. In our textbooks, there was nothing printed about the history of the Ryukyu. We were kept in the dark about own past. We must listen to what Okinawan has to say, listen to the Okinawan voices of Okinawan people. Okinawans' self-determination should be accepted by both Japanese and the U.S. government because we all have the right to be safe, strong, and free. Thank you.
U.S. States is Battle of Okinawa.
Thank you.